I had to make a video after today. God was good to me today. Today was pretty all right. Um, for sure. Tito Ortiz is in town. You know what I mean? I'm like, a warrior, another gladiator is in town. I'm gonna try to see him. You know what I mean? God knows I've watched the gladiators most of my life in the UFC. It's like there's those real gladiators in modern times. No bullshit. Tito's one of them. So I'm like, I gotta try to see Tito. So that's what I did. And if you saw my video, I did meet up with Tito. I did. Video proof. I met up with him, talked to him for a bit. Like a little fanboy. Oh well. God has his reasons. Like I said, God knows who I am, what he's dealing with. I'm not some prophet, savior, teacher. Sorry, folks, I'm not. I'm not any of those things. I'm a gladiator. Point blank. God knows it. So he set this all up for me. I know he did. I'm like, God, have me meet up with Tito. That's all I want. So he made it happen. No bullshit. People are saying, hey, Tito's in the bar. He's bigger than I thought he was. I hear people talk in the parking lot. I'm like, okay, I go to the bar. There he was, at the bar. So he walks out, of course he walks out when I'm walking to him. You know what I mean? And I'm like, can I shake your hand? He's like, sure. So I shook his hand. He's like, my pleasure. Nice guy. He is. He's solid. He's a warrior. So he's solid. So I'm like, I wonder if he's probably like, who is this guy? It seemed like he could sense that I was somebody. You know what I mean? Which I am. Don't you forget it. God's making me known. Slowly but surely, trust me. This is one of the steps. You know what I mean? Make me known to more known gladiators to the public. You know what I mean? Tito's a known gladiator to the public. And God made it that way, before he did anything with me. Seems like. So I'm like, God's like uniting warriors together, you know what I mean? Basically, for some reason, I don't know. God has all these gladiators on the planet right now. He does, for this time. Me, Tito, Iceman, for some reason, don't know. No saviors on the ground, just gladiators right now. I don't know. But anyways, so I was talking to him for a bit. I'm like, I have a YouTube channel. Is it okay if I video a little bit for my YouTube channel? He's like, sure. So I'm like, all right. So that's what I did. And that's the video you saw below. That I just made. God has his reasons, you know what I mean? He's like, go up to him now and see if you can talk to him and make a video with him. I swear I had that desire, get the courage to do that, So I did it, But I don't have anything bad to say about him, He's all right. So, anyway, just want to make that clear, you know what I mean? So, been talking about charity lately, and this was charity. I was paying to go to his thing. People were charitable to me, so I'm being charitable in a different way. So I'm testing out charity more. You know what I mean? I am. See if it can work in many different ways, To meet up with Tito, I was charitable to meet up. That's what I'm saying, But the announcer was talking about the gladiators of old, and I was like getting intense into it. I'm like, yeah, he's right. He's right. Gladiators of old. You know what I mean? I know all about That's how I'm made, you know what I mean? God knew that would get my attention. The announcer was talking about the gladiators of old, in the old Colosseum, you know. Now it's modern day in a cage, the Colosseum. But I see the Colosseum wider than the cage. I see it as the whole world is the Colosseum. No bullshit, you know. That's how I see the Colosseum these days. But anyways, I don't know what God's angle is. He's like, I want more people to be drawn to your channel. So we're gonna have Tito on your channel for a bit. Like, no bullshit. Like, all right, yeah. I've always wanted to meet Tito. You know, I wanted to meet the Iceman longer. Okay, I was an Iceman, Team Iceman. I wasn't on Team Jesus or Team Satan. I was on Team Iceman back then. God knows it, you know. I was on Team Iceman. You know. Him and Tito had the rivalry, but eventually I grew to respect Tito eventually. He's had a lot of surgeries like me, so I respect him. Anyone that's had a lot of surgeries like me, I respect. Beat up that much, you need that many surgeries, I respect you. You and still be standing, basically. It's impressive. So anyways, that's what happened today. And out of nowhere, I saw this person I was interested in a little bit. I don't know why I got through that into the day. I'm like, ran into her again. You know, I ran into her in the past out of nowhere. I don't know. God does weird stuff like that. You know, to motivate me a little bit, I guess. I don't know. But I've been doing good, you know. I was around ring girls today. No lust. Nothing. Oh, yeah. You think Jesus could do that? You think he's the only one that cannot lust for a woman? I pulled it off today. Don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. That's how I'm closing the gap with Jesus right now in that area, you know. And another subscriber was saying that it seems like you're getting wiser by the day, and I think you're right. I am getting wiser. I didn't even see that even coming, being wiser. You know what I mean? But God's made me wiser out of nowhere. I want to be healed, but God makes me wiser. What? You know what I mean? It's interesting, you know. Maybe that's what being healed to him is, being wiser. I don't know. Maybe. But I am wiser than I've been before. I can't say that much. 100%. A lot wiser than I was in my 20s. I can tell you that much. I can tell you that much, you know. But anyways, I'm like, I took some time off work to go see Tito. All right, I did it. You know, I'm like, somehow I'll make it happen. Make it through this month, even if I do this. You know, God's assuring me. So I'm like, all right. You know, sometimes you got to risk stuff. You know what I mean? You do. This was one of those things. But anyways, this video is going to end soon for some reason. I got to clear out some space. But that's all I was going to say. It was like, I talked to Tito for a bit today. For some reason. From going to a strict Baptist church, learning the Bible, to meeting up with Tito the next day. You know what I mean? That's how this road's been going. You can't predict it. You can't predict what God's going to do. You know, you can't.